Hi everyone, Helen Blunden here at Activate Learn on Twitter. It is time for another book review, and my God, I'm just looking at myself on this video and I think, crap, I've become the wild woman of Melbourne, because I don't know if you know that Melbourne had the longest time in lockdown ever all around the world. So we did about 263 days of extreme lockdown. 263 days of me working out of this little room and just going outside to the park within 5 kilometers. Today is the very first day of everything being opened. All the shops, restaurants, pubs, cinemas, gyms, all open. We don't have to wear our mask outside. We still need to wear it inside. So as you can understand, I have yet to go to the hairdresser and do my thing with my hair. And I'm actually kind of thinking I'm going to leave it for the time being, simply because part of me still doesn't want to go out there. So because I don't want to go out there, it leaves me more time for reading, doesn't it? I thought I would do a very short review on this Umberto Eco's Chronicles of a Liquid Society. Now, this was published in 2017, and what it is a collection of his essays. He used to be a writer for a magazine in Italy called L'Espresso, and over the years since 2000 and 2015 he collected all these essays, and the essays he themed them as under a liquid society. I found out just by reading in his introduction that the liquid society came from this Polish sociologist who, look, I'm still learning this stuff. You might know him as Zygmunt Bauman. A liquid society is a society basically that is kind of lost its way. I feel as if we are definitely enmeshed into a liquid society, a society where I guess it's not about fellow citizenship, it's fellow rivalry, a society where consumerism is the be all and end all, and a society that kind of feels purposeless, which I feel as if sometimes we do that. What he's done is he's pulled together all his essays that he wrote for the L'Espresso magazine. What he does, he's themed them into certain categories, and these categories, let me read them. Turning back the clock, so everything about inventions and whether we really are going forward. A category on being seen, around the loss of privacy. A category of online life, of cell phones, so talking about how mobile phones have made an impact on our life. There's a whole section on conspiracies, a whole section on mass media, whether it's good, whether it's bad, a lot on religion and philosophy, a lot on education, what is deemed a good education. A very good section on books and his ideas on books. And last of all, from stupidity to folly, which is just a collection of different essays. How I found this book, it was interesting in it. What I loved about it was I had to have a bit of a chuckle with some of the essays, simply because I'd connected with them, and what he had written were really keen observations and a bit amusing as well. So by reading the essays, you kind of got a feeling of what Umberto Eco was like, and you'd think, yeah, he's a funny bloke. He would be very interesting to talk to. Whereas reading his other books, I would always think, oh, he's very serious, or he's just at a whole different level. But reading the essays were quite brilliant. One of the other things I noticed about this book was the very heavy influence on Italian culture, and a lot of his references that he made to people and to media and to articles were all Italian, which makes sense, obviously, because he's writing to an Italian audience in this magazine, but it also gave you an idea of what, I guess, the Italian mentality is about. At times I thought some of the essays were a bit dated, and I had to have a chuckle to myself when I would look at the year, and it could be 2011 or 2015, and I'd think to myself, oh my God, that's so old-fashioned, only realizing that, hey, that was just about 5-6 years ago. And some of the essays were, you have to wonder, My God, we have moved so much in thought and actions and as a society from the early 2000s. And when you really think about it, that was 21 years ago. 21 years ago. And already it seems a bit old-fashioned when I'm saying that 2000 was not that long ago and it turns out to be 21 years ago. Where does time fly? Anyway, I enjoyed this book, but the way I would read this book would be in bits and pieces. It's not a book that you could read one essay after another because you really need to take time to digest it. And at times I did find some of the essays just a little bit repetitive, or they kind of went nowhere. It was just a thought that he mentioned and then it kind of petered out. So it took me, I obviously didn't read it in one sitting. I read it over a period of some long weeks in between other books that I was reading. But in the end, I got it done. I read it and I thought, not bad to have in my library. So that is it. Umberto Eco's Chronicles of a Liquid Society. Have you read his book? Have you read any others of his? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Bye for now.